Hi everyone, we're going to go over the next one. You've already done reflection and now we're going to do translation. So go to the first page of your notes. If you don't have them, just write them down and we'll do the best we can. So an explanation. So translation means that you move or slide an object, okay? So if I have a star, I can slide it down, I can slide it up, I can go left, I can go right. Again, it's the same size, it's the same shape. We're just moving or sliding it. Coordinate form. So x plus a would mean I'm going to the right. X minus a means I'm going to the left. If I have y plus b, that means I'm going up. And if I had y minus b, I'm going down. The same in vector form. So if you had vector form, the first number is going to tell me if I go left or right, what I'm going to do. And then the second letter is going to tell me whether I go up or down. Okay? Then you're going to go to the third page, I believe, of your notes and talk about translation. So again, translation is moving. What is your pre-image? So that is your starting. Okay? And then it's going to have the A1 or A sub 1. And that will be your new image. Okay? So after you translate. Okay, after you translate or after you move, you'll know because it has the A1 compared to the A. All right, coordinate notation. So again, let's do this a little bit slower. So x plus a means I'm going to the right that many units. X minus a would mean I'm going that many units to the left. Y plus b would mean I'm going up that many units, and y minus b means I'm going down that many units. All right, now let's put this to use. So this is what our coordinate notation tells us to do. So what does that mean? So x plus 2 means I'm going right 2. And the y minus 3 means I'm going down 3. Okay. All right, what is the image of 3, negative 4? So I'm going to change that. I'm going to move it. So what am I going to do? I have the 3. And I have the negative 4, and now let's put it to use. So I'm going to add 2 for the x, and I'm going to subtract 3 for the y, and let's see what our new image would be. Well, our new coordinate would be 3 plus 2 is 5, negative 4 minus 3 is negative 7. So that would be our new one. All right, if it says what is my pre-image, that means I'm going to go backwards. So instead of plus 2, I'm going to subtract 2. And instead of negative 3, I'm going to add 3. So I want to work backwards. I have the new image and I want the old image. So I'm going to plug in 5 and 8 and see what my original image would be. Okay, so 5 minus 2 would become 3. 8 plus 3 would be 11. So 311 would be the pre-image. All right, moving right along to number 3 and number 4. Now we have some graphs, people. All right, so here are my coordinates. Here are my coordinate points. Okay, and I don't know if they're perfect, so we're just going to do the best we can. So we have 1, 2, 3, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 5. So it tells me to go plus 1 and down 5. So I'm going to go to the right 1 and down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be my new image. And what will that be? Well, that will be negative 2. Oh, this is a negative 3. So sorry. So negative 3. So now if I went right 1, that's now negative 2. And what is 5 minus 5? Well, that is 0. So that will become my new point. Now let's do it again with our second point. So I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So negative 7 up 1, 2, 3. So negative 7 up 3. All right, so I'm going to go right 1, which would become negative 6, and then down 5. So right 1, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what will that become? Negative 6. And then negative 2. 3 minus 5 would become negative 2. This would be my new line. So the line is the same size as the original, but what did I do? I went right 1 and down 5. Okay, so again, it's that sliding motion. All right, do the same thing with number 4. Okay, this is going to go right 5 and up 3 this time. Again, if you don't get the same line, you did something wrong. So then you want to start over. So -3, 1 is this point. And then this point is 1, 2, 3 over 1. So 11. So 3, -11. Okay, so I want you to add 5 to the first one. So -3 plus 5. So -3 plus 5, and then I'd have 1 plus 3. Again, you can use the graph, or you can just do the arithmetic, the adding, and see what you get. So you should get 2, 4. So over 2 and up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my new point. Now with this one, again, I'm going to go right 5. So what's 3 plus 5? 8. And then I'm going to go up 3. So -11 plus 3 would be -8. Okay, so graph that next point. So I have 2, 4 as my point, and then I have 8, -8 as my other point. Again, if you notice, it's the same line, it's just moved. Number 5 is, so I apologize for that. So we have this image. So graph the image after the translation of -1, -4. So what does that mean? This is vectored form. So that means I'm going to go left 1. That's what that first number means. And that means I'm going to go down 4. Okay? So I need to figure out what these coordinate points are and then move them left 1 and down 4. Okay? Well, what I could do is I could just actually take the point, move it over left, and go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be my new one. So let's say that this was A, and then this will become A1. The next one, again, left 1, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's pretend that this was B, and then this is now B1. And then last but not least, let's make this C. Left 1, down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this becomes C1. Now, if I connected these, it's the exact same size, it's the exact shape, and now I have my new image. Okay, so I moved the image to fit that. All right, for the next one, number 6. So here are the points with the translation of 3, 1. We need to graph the image. So graph the image, and then we need to move it 3, 1. All right, well, it actually gave me the image, and I need the pre-image. So 0, 4, let's do this first. So 0, 4. So 0x, and then 4y. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That becomes my L1. My M is 2, -1. That's my M1. And my N is -2, 0. And there's my point. So we've got this magical triangle. And I need to find the pre-image. So pre-image, again, I'm working backwards. So instead of 3, it's going to be -3. And instead of 1, it's going to be -1. So I'm going to move each of these left 3 and down 1 to get the original image. So left 3, 1, 2, 3, and down 1. That becomes L. And I'm going to go, again, left 3, 1, 2, 3, and then down 1, and that's the original N. And then M1, I'm going to, again, move 3, 1, 2, 3 to the left, and down 1, and that becomes M. Connect them, and there's my original image. I know I'm right because the shapes are the same size. They moved. They didn't flip. They didn't rotate. Okay? And then, again, I used my coordinates correctly. Now let's look at number 7 and number 8. They gave us the images. We need to describe the transformation. So I need to go from the pre-image to the image. Okay? So if it's A, I then need to go to A1. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one of the points and count. Okay? So I'm going to go to the bottom right one. I'm going to go left 1, I'm going to go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So I'm going to go right 5. And then I'm going to go down until I get to this point right here. Because these two are they're the same point, but just moved. So then I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down 6. And there we go to my next point. So that's what you did for each one. So you can write x, right means plus, and down means minus. So this would become my rule. X plus 5 and y minus 6. As a vector, I would put 5, negative 6. All right, I want you to try number 8. So let's try this point right here. I'm going from this point because this is my A, and I'm going to move it. I'm going to count until I get to that point, number 8, because that's the same point for A1. So count and come back when you're done. All right, for number 8, I went I went left 6, and up 7. So then this would be my rule. So x minus 6 because I went left, and up 7 means plus, and then this would either be in the coordinate or in the vector form. All right, next one, number 9. Given the point, negative 3, 0, A is translated 5 units up and 6 units to the right. A1 is then translated to x, y minus 4. What is the coordinate of A1? Okay, so I have A, and that's negative 3, 0, and I need to translate it based on this information. Well, what is the x? Well, the x is left or right. So 6 units to the right means x plus 6, and then it says 5 units up, which would mean y plus 5. So I need to change A to A1 using this information. So I have negative 3 plus 6, which becomes 3. And then I have 0 plus 5, which becomes 5. From here, it says I need to translate again. So that means I'm going to do x, comma, y minus 4. So the x actually doesn't change. The x is going to stay, well, because x is x, it's going to stay to 3. Now let's plug in the 5. 5 minus 4 will become 1. So what is A sub 2? 3, 1 by doing both of those translations, sliding it or moving it twice. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining me on translations. Try out your homework, try out the graphing, and ask questions with your teacher. Have a great day.